Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. I want to talk about the term average, the word average, the average Joe. I am here to leave this message with you. It's going to be a busy day. I don't know if I could go live. I probably might do one live because I heard something very alarming. Let it breathe. And I just want to say this. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you what I heard and then I'm going to make a live off of it. How about that? Somebody told me, I met a guy from South Central LA. And I think I told you guys about the story, but he was like, man, thank you for really changing my perspective. He was like, his OGs taught him you could leave the hood, but the hood will never leave you. I'm like, wow, somebody actually told you that? I'm like, that's illegal. I'm like, they should lock him up for that information. So to everybody, if you was taught that if you from the hood and if you leave the hood will never leave you, I'm gonna tell you why they tell you that, because they want you to be average. It's crazy when I see young men get caught up in the streets and destroy their lives. They don't want you to be average. And before I really go into the average thing, I wanted, man, when I was growing up, it was a dude in Baltimore. He was so respected. I seen 1,000 people shake his hand at one time. And I'll never forget, he was respected even in DC. Shout out to DC, and he's from Baltimore. He was a boxer. I mean, he used to model. Like, everybody respected him. And one thing I can say is I remember one time I was like, man, when I grow up, I'm going to be just like you. But it was out of respect. He told me, he said, man, you don't want to be like me. You want to be better than me. And I could triple salute him. I could triple salute him because that's what older men need to tell the younger men. You want to be better than me. So triple salute. So even the people that I will call quote unquote OGs, they didn't even tell me that. They never told me. And that's probably because everybody ain't your OG. Let it breathe. Now, and if you don't know what OG means, it means original gangster. So with that being said, telling somebody if they leave the hood will never leave them. That ain't gangster. But you know what's gangster? When you actually tell a man, yo, when I grow up, I'm gonna be just like you. And I was just saying that in a reference with the woman because the woman loved him. And he was just saying, nah, man. He smiled and he said, nah, you want to be better than me. Now that's a real OG. That's really gangster. That's really gangster. But I want to talk about average. Listen, a lot of people like to use statistics to compare the average income, the average household. And I'm just here to tell people that I care about and I love, if you compare yourself to the average, believe it or not, you're going to be average. Listen, America is a tricky place. You have the spotlight on the middle class. But the middle class can't even afford real estate in America. So you got to stop and think to yourself. This is one of my realest videos as a man, talking to the younger 20-year-old me or the younger 18-year-old me. I won't even put the pressure on you. I'm going to just act like I'm talking to the 18-year-old me or 20-year-old me. I'm going to say, listen, mister, keep it simple. Do you want to compare yourself to the average or do you want to rise above the influence? The middle class in America, it's the only influence. There is no other country let it breathe. I almost snapped. I got to calm down, bro. I need to relax. I need to make calmer content. Like today's the day. Today's a new day. Because I'm so passionate. Sometimes I'll make a video and I'll just fall asleep. So with that being said, I need to be a little bit more calmer. But I'm still talking my hands. You're not going to avoid these hands. So with that being said, shout out to Argentina, shout out to Italy. But my main thing is I will ask the younger me, do you want to be average or do you want to limit yourself? Because when you focus on the average, you're really limited. A lot of people, they talk about six figures, but they can't afford real estate in Aspen. So at the end of the day, do you want to limit yourself to walking around and telling people on government assistance you make six figures? Or do you actually want to be limitless? That's what I'll tell the younger me. Because when I was younger, I got caught up in the matrix too. Until I made six figures and I realized, this ain't really what it's cracked up to be. I was there. So I don't want to act like I wasn't there. I was there. The first time I made six figures, I called everybody phone. You feel me? I was like, yo. So with that being said, you could always unplug from the matrix at any time. I think I really, truly unplug, I would say at the age of 35. So, sometimes, it takes a while, but guess what? Like the old phrase go, better late than never. But with that being said, you got to ask yourself, Do you want to be like the average? I don't think no man should ever compare himself to the average. I don't think no man should speak on the average. And I don't think no man should ever talk about the average. Because when it's all said and done, the average are limited. They're limited. Yeah, they might afford a couple houses in the suburbs, but they're still limited. They might afford a BMW 5 Series, but they're still limited. They're not touching Lambos. They're not touching McLarens. So with that being said, do you want to be limited in life or do you want to be limitless? Somebody said, oh, you're talking about capitalism. You're talking about material money. No, my thing in life is I don't want to be limited. I don't care if the resource come in gold. I don't care if it comes in silver. I don't care if it comes in oil. I don't care if it comes in an AI stock. I don't care. When it's all said and done, I don't care to be average. I did not feel like God sent us to this earth to be average. And shout out to technology, shout out to social media. It changed the world. I grew up before social media. So the average, quote unquote, the middle class, they were cool before social media. I'm not even gonna lie. If you walked around and said I made 100,000 before social media, it was like, whoa, dude, you make 100,000? Now, I'm the type of person, when it comes to wrong is wrong, that's different. But when it comes to opportunities, I seen DDG make 12 million in a month. I don't care if he got OnlyFans models in the background. I don't care if he got women walking around with Daisy Dukes. He's from Pontiac, Michigan. I still think you can make 12 million without joining a lodge. So at the end of the day, see, the way social media works is people develop a natural hatred for you. But me, I don't hate DDG. And if people watch my live before Halle Bailey came out with those reports, I actually saluted DDG for his work ethic. But when you talk about keeping your hands off of women, fanatics, they can't separate from being fanatics. But one thing I can say is DDG made 12 million a month. But guess what? 12 million a month, I mean, it's still not going to get you a mansion in Aspen, Colorado. America is a big dog country and people like to downplay it. And I feel like the best way to downplay that America is a big dog country is you keep the spotlight on the middle class. You keep it on lawyers, doctors, engineers, but lawyers can't even afford real estate in America. Doctors, believe it or not, can't afford real estate in Aspen, Colorado, unless they have their own private practice or just something where they still bossed up. A lot of people in America cannot afford, and to everybody outside of America, if you get time, just go on Google. You got websites like Zillow. I mean, Colorado, I took my daughter to Colorado. Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter, they went to Colorado. So when it's all said and done, I mean, just in our backyard, we have houses for 125 million. We have houses for 200 million. So if you make six figures, you got to keep in mind, that's not going to get you an Aspen. So my point of this video, I'm going to wrap it up, is ask yourself, do you want to be average or do you want to be limitless? I don't care where the resource come from. I don't care if it comes from, healthcare benefits, gold, platinum, silver, titanium. I don't care. Copper. I don't care. Bronze. I don't care. Oil. I don't care. When it's all said and done, I don't want to compare myself to the average, and I don't think I'm not average. So I realized now going into my 40s, it's like, I just got to stay to myself. I got to stay with my dog, and I really can't have conversations because a lot of people, especially that went through the educational system, triple salute to my brother, but I told him outside of love, outside of food, outside of safety, I can't have a conversation with him because he went to school, graduated with history, and he loves to talk about, well, the average person makes, the average person. Listen, at the end of the day, if I worry about the average, I'm going to be average. If I compare myself to the average, I'm going to feel good and downplay the real America to make myself feel good. Listen, I wasn't sent here on this earth to be average. So that's why I tell the younger me, do you want to be limitless or do you want to be average? And if I was 18, that's a conversation that was never discussed. Nobody told me about Aspen, Colorado at 18. Nobody sat me down and said America is a big dog nation. not being condescending, but nobody say houses in America go for 125 million, 200 million. These conversations are not being discussed because it's easy to downplay it. Once you downplay it, you just start comparing yourself to people you went to college with, people you went to school with. Listen, I don't care about the middle class. Let them do them. But at the end of the day, I don't have pride. So if I don't have pride, I could care less about what the middle class is doing. The middle class are limited. It's not discussed, but they can't just go everywhere in America. It's a lot of places that their 100K and 200K couldn't even get a down payment. So with that being said, you guys have to stop and think, like, do you want to be average or do you want to be limitless? Let it breathe.